It's okay.
There's Taylor, we're sending.
All right, we're sending them right now, okay? Are you going to be all right? Do you want me to stay on the phone with you? Okay. All right, just be outside so you can meet with the officers, okay? All right. Bye-bye. Call me back if you need anything, okay?
Also in the Carolinas tonight, a beautiful young mother goes missing without a trace. 23-year-old Sheena Pierce was last seen by a neighbor getting into a silver SUV with at least 2 men. No word from her for days. Then, suspicious text messages are sent from Sheena's cell phone. Her family says those messages are completely out of character, and Sheena would never leave her 5-year-old daughter behind. Tonight, what has happened to 23-year-old Sheena Pierce?
Where is missing South Carolina mom Sheena Pierce?
Approximately 5'3" in height. Last seen getting into a silver SUV type vehicle, possibly in the design or characteristics of a Kia.
A neighbor spotted Sheena leaving between 12 and 1 p.m.
About 105 to 110 pounds. She's never run away before. So the chances of that at this point, we don't have anything to indicate that that's what has indeed occurred.
But police believe the young mom took nothing along with her except the clothes on her back.
With light brown shoulder-length hair, a scar from a recent car wreck on her right forearm.
Police now actively searching computer and phone records.
She was leaving her stepfather's house, where she lives as well. We've not been able to locate her.
After suspicious text messages show up from Sheena's cell phone.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Diane Diamond, in tonight for Nancy Grace. A tiny infant girl found dead at a North Carolina grocery store. Her final resting place, a trash can. Let's go straight out to Nancy Grace producer Matt Zarrell. Matt, this is just a heartbreaking case. Fill us in. I guess it started on Sunday?
Yes, Diane. North Carolina employees at a grocery store made a shocking discovery when the body of a newborn baby girl, had to be only a couple days old, was found in the bathroom, in the ladies' bathroom, in a trash can. The baby was wrapped in a white blanket with angels embroidered on it. Police were working to find the mother at that time.
Let's bring in Mark Schulman. He is on the scene. He's an online editor with the Hendersonville Times-News. Mark, thanks for joining us. Tell us about this surveillance video we're seeing here. It looks pretty crisp compared to some of the surveillance video I've seen.
Yes, it did. It revealed a lot for the local authorities.
And there were clues left behind, as Matt was saying. There was a blanket, and we hear a ring. What do you know about those two items?
Well, I know that the blanket was a white blanket the infant was wrapped in, and had Spanish words that translated to "my baptism" on it. And there were also reports that the baby wore a small gold ring on one of her fingers.
You know, Mark, when I look at that blanket, it's a beautiful baptism blanket, a gift. Someone knew that whoever had that baby was pregnant and gave it to her as a gift. That's a clue that somebody else out there knows it. It also has Spanish words on it. So how big is the Hispanic population there?
We do have a striving Hispanic population here in Hendersonville.
Mm-hmm. And have police told you anything more about any other clues they have, perhaps about the man we see in that video?
Yes, that is, in the video, it appeared that the two people were teenagers, and the police have actually found the mother and the man in the video.
Oh, my. In fact, let's bring in the Captain David Abrams. He is with the Hendersonville Police Department. This is breaking news for us here. Special guest from the police department there. Captain Adams, thanks for calling in. What can you tell us? You have found a suspect?
We've identified the mother and the male in the video which aired on the local media outlets.
I see. And is this the mother and father of the baby? Do we know about the man?
We do know that she is the mother. We're in the process of interviewing the male with her this evening.
Right. Captain, I know this is probably at a very sensitive time for you, breaking news here for us tonight, but what can you tell us about how you either found this woman or did she voluntarily come in?
Well, fortunately, we had very good media coverage from the newspapers and the media or the TV stations, and the calls we received led us to these people.
You know, it's just heartbreaking to think that somebody dumped a day or two old infant into a trash can. Has she given you any indication as to why she did that? Was the baby already dead?
The baby was deceased when it was dropped off at Bilo, yes.
Oh, I see. Do we have details about the birth of this child?
And that's what our investigators are still sorting out tonight.
You know, Sunday, the baby is a couple of days old, and I know that you all are probably at that time worrying about Hurricane Irene coming through your town and your state. Was this couple cut off from hospital care or something?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, we're several hours away from the beach, so the hurricane wouldn't have affected us. But I don't know why she did not seek medical attention. Hopefully, we'll find that out tonight.
So, Captain, we're thinking that this was a stillborn? Is that what we think?
We've indicated, or been indicated so far, that the child was born alive. So we're waiting to determine the cause of death.
I see. And can you give us any indication how you found this mother? Did somebody who knew she was pregnant point you in the right direction?
We received phone calls and also Crime Stopper tips about her identity, which aired on television, and that's why they called us.
Oh, wow. This is such a fascinating and fast developing story. Captain, thank you. Stand by. Let's go to Michael Morrisey. He is with the Baby Safe Haven out of New England. And, you know, Michael, I know that there are these safe havens that parents can turn to all across the country, hospitals, police stations, firehouses. What do you make of this?
Well, this absolutely didn't have to happen, Diane. In North Carolina, the Baby Safe Haven law is up to 7 days old for the newborn.
Right.
It's, you said, hospital, police station, fire stations. They have EMT stations there. And even in their law, it's social service agencies. That may be, you know, the lesser place that they'll go. But, you know, this woman could have gone to the local fire station. She could have gone to a hospital around the corner for her. In a lot of places, we're asking the women to deliver the babies at the hospital and relinquish them, so we have even less problems with, you know, medical emergency care. And you know, she could have called the hotline and got info.
And Michael, get this, right there in Hendersonville, within a mile and a half radius, there were 3 safe haven locations she could have taken this child to.
Yeah, we've seen, you know, the safe haven locations a block away from where babies have been found, you know, in the last 5 or 6 years. But, you know, thankfully the law is getting a little better knowledge in a lot of places. And, you know, we may just have to work on the public relations down there in North Carolina and a few other states. And that's just going to take time.
Yeah. Why don't young people who have children either in or out of wedlock and they don't want them or there is a problem, why do you find, Michael, that they don't turn to these safe havens? Well, what's the problem?
A lot of times, well, for part of the time, they don't have knowledge of the law. There's 3 groups: people who have drug addictions. They're afraid to go to, obviously, go to police stations, even fire stations or hospitals. People who are very, very young, they're afraid, they make mistakes very easily. And people who, you know, young people who come from states, we're in Boston, or right in Boston, we have young people coming from a lot of states that go to colleges here that don't know about the safe haven laws, and people who just immigrate from the country or into the country from other countries where they don't have safe haven laws.
Well,
so those are 3 groups with the most problems.
You've just brought me to something I want to ask the captain. Captain, when I look at this video of this couple, she appears to be very young, so does he. They appear to be Latino. Have you determined their immigration status? Are they American citizens or from out of the country? What do we know?
I don't know that, but they are both Latinos, and they're both teenagers.
Okay, can you give us their ages?
We haven't released that yet.
I see. I see
her
her
names.
I see her there in the red dress. She goes into the bathroom, spends about 4 minutes, Captain, and then she comes out and changes her clothes in a change of clothes. That indicates to me some presence of mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what a heartbreaking case. All right, guests, please stand by. Let me take a moment here and say you may have heard the exciting news about Nancy Grace. Yeah, she is on the new season of Dancing with the Stars. Good for you, Nancy. She'll be dancing, by the way, to benefit the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Please visit nancygrace.com to share her experience with her. We're going to take a break, be back with more on this story in just a minute.